All right, we're talking about Dyer again. We're once again breaking down his theology. In this little clip, he says something interesting once more about human nature and the fall. Let's listen in.
But humans are prideful. That's the number one problem with human beings, is the fall created a bunch of little pride goblins. And we're all little pride goblins.
All right, did you hear that? Humans are prideful. The fall created a bunch of pride goblins. And we're all a bunch of pride goblins is what he says. Well, what does he mean by humans are prideful? Is he talking about ontologically they're prideful? They're ontologically sinful? And then he says the fall created these pride goblins. Well, how did the fall create prideful human beings? It's because man has original sin. We're guilty of sin, of Adam's sin. That guilt is inherited into us. And we have a propensity to sin in us. Man is fallen. Now, the Orthodox reject that. They say that the fall only gave us ancestral sin, meaning man inherits the effects of sin, which is death. Man is prone to die. That's the effects of sin that is inherited. Nothing else. No sin nature, as it were. No guilt. Nothing. And so once again, we see him tacitly admitting, implying, probably not even realizing it, that we have a fallen human nature. That Augustine is right, Calvin is right, Luther is right, the Protestants are right, and the Orthodox is wrong. The Orthodox is very close to Pelagianism. And we just hear him admit it. He says humans are prideful. Well, they are prideful? Well, that can only be because, as I said, man is fallen, and all he can do is sin. The heart is deceitful above all things and desperately wicked. Who can know it? Says Jeremiah. And the Orthodox don't have an answer for that. In Genesis 8 or 9, God says that the heart of man is only, the imaginations of man's heart is only evil continually from his birth. What does the Psalm say? The wicked go astray from the womb. That's because we have a fallen human nature that leads us to commit sin, because that is just how it is. It doesn't mean we're ontologically evil. It just means now that we are fallen in Adam, we have that propensity to sin. And this is what he has admitted once again. I showed this in another video, that he admits we have a fallen human nature. And now he's admitting it again. And now you might say, well, he's just talking, he's just spitballing. Well, yeah, maybe. But you see how it comes out. When you talk about the fall, when you talk about human nature, when you talk about things like that, those things are going to come out. The Augustinian Calvinistic view is going to come out, because that is the biblical view. That is the view we see all around us. That's the view we see all around us, the way humans act. The whole of human history is a testament to Augustinianism being true, that man is fallen in Adam, they inherit the guilt, they inherit the propensity towards sin, and as the Bible says, man's heart is, the heart is desperately wicked and deceitful above all things. Who can know it? So once again, Dyer, in his just spitballing, rejects what orthodoxy teaches, because that's where it leads. That's where the truth leads, to a rejection of Eastern Orthodoxy's interpretation of the fall. And so there's not really much reason to get into it. And that's it. See you later. Bye.